Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be seeing the first year of engineering physics, unit 1, properties of matter, MCQs. Question number 1. The external force acting on a body that produces change in the dimension of the body is called. Option number A is given as load, option number B is given as deformation, option number C is given as deforming force, and option number D is given as restoring force. Whenever an external force, whenever you are acting a force on a body, whether it is attached to some plane or it is fixed or not fixed, if it fixed, there will be some change in dimension. If there is no fixture, if it is not fixed on any of its ends or sides, then the body will move along the direction of the force. Now, when an external force is acting on a body and the object is fixed, there will be a change in dimension. That external force is called as load. So I'm going to option number A, load. Question number 2. The change in the dimensions or shape of a body when it is subjected to external forces is called. Option number A is given as load, option number B is given as deformation, option number C is given as deforming force, and option number D is given as ductility. Option number C is given as deforming force and option number D is given as ductility. The change in dimension or shape of the body when it is subjected to external forces. When the load is acting on a body and there is some change in dimensions, then it is called as deformations. If change in dimensions or shape is called as deformation. So I'm going with option number B, deformation. Question number 3. The force which changes or tends to change the shape or size of the body without moving it as a whole is called. Option number A is load, option number B is deforming force, option number C is restoring force, and option number C is restoring force, and option number D is cohesive force. I told you where there means in the first question. In the first question, if you see, there is none of this indicating the object is fixed or freely moved. In this case, it is mentioning without moving it. Means if you are applying a force and the object doesn't move, that means it is fixed on one of its sides or all the sides. That means if it is not moving, then there will be deformation, then there will be strain and there will be stress, then there will be some deformations on the body. So that the force which causes deformation is called as deforming force. So I'm going with option number B, deforming force. Question number 4. When an external force acts on a body to cause deformation, the forces of reactions come into play internally and they restore the body to its original condition. These forces are dash. Option number A is deforming forces, option number B restoring forces, option number C viscous forces. When consider this as a metal piece, you are applying force on this side in this direction. Force will be in this direction along the axis. Okay, this is the axis, consider this is the axis, and you are tied to this, so there will be no motion here. Consider this section consider this section as A and B, and this B, this whole material will be A and B, and this section will be A dash and B dash. If a force of some magnitude, let it be 10 Newton, not 10 Newton, some Newton, is acting on this metal piece, and this metal piece is fixed at B, what happens? There will be on this section there will be a small resisting force which tends to resist that force. There will be internally developed some forces that will resist this big forces, this external force. In this section there will be C dash and D dash. It will also produce some forces. This collectively, this all forces will be equal to that force, the resisting force, according to Newton's second law. it will be equal. No, Newton's second law, sorry, it will be equal to Newton's third law. Force will be equal to minus this force. The force of action will be opposite of force of reaction, equal to the opposite magnitude of force of reaction. This reaction force will be coming in minus sign. This collectively all these forces will be equal. If it is not equal, then we'll be changing, our shape will be changing, or our object will be moved if there is not fixed in one end. That this internally formed force, that is restoring forces, that is resisting that external force, is called as restoring forces. So I'm going with option number B, restoring forces. Question number 5. Which of the following forces are external forces? Question 1 is given as load, 2 is given as deforming forces, option 3 is given as restoring forces. Option number A says 1, 2, 3, all the 3 are external forces. Option number B says 1 and 2 are external forces. Option number C says only 2 is the external force, and option number D says none of these. What are the external forces? Load is also an external force, deforming force is also an external force, restoring force is internal force. So I'm going with option number B, 1 and 2. Question number says, which of the following forces are internal forces? 1 load, 2 restoring force, 3 normal force, 4 shear force. Option A is given as all of these. Option number B is given as only 2. Option number C is given as 2, 3 and 4. Option number D is 2 and 3. Load is an external force, we know that. Restoring force is an internal force. Normal force is also an internal force, and shear force is also are the internal forces. So I am going with option number C, 2, 3 and 4. Question number 7. If a body regains its original shape and size after removing the external force, then the body is called as dash. Option A is given as elastic body, option number B is given as plastic body, option number C is given as both A and B, and option number D is given as any one of these. When you are applying a force and after the external force is removed, the body regains to its original shape and size, then the body is called as elastic body. If it is not happening, then it is called as plastic body. Okay. So I'm going with option number A, elastic body. Question number 8. If a body does not regain its original shape and size when the applied force is removed, then the body is called as dash. Option number A is elastic body, option number B says plastic body, option number C says both A and B, and option number D says any one of these. It is not regained to its original shape and size after the removal of external forces. So I'm going with option number B, plastic body. Question number 9. The restoring force acting per unit area inside the body is defined as. Option number A is given as stress, option number B is given as strain, option number C is Young's modulus. The restoring force acting per unit area inside a body is called as stress. Strain is the deformation, and stress is the deforming force. Just consider that there is tomorrow is the engineering physics exam, and you have 5 units to study, and you have not still opened it, and tomorrow is the exam. So you will be putting on load, you will be learning all night, you will be learning after 1 hour, 2 hour. After 1 hour it will be taken as it will be tired. After 2 hours it will be getting more tired. After 3 hours it will be getting more and more tired. Then you'll be feeling like some load is there on your brain. That brain will try to resist, and it will try to take more and more lessons, more and more questions. It will be trying to tap more and more questions on your brain. That resistance is called as stress. That restoring force is, the resistance is called as stress. So I'm going with option number A, stress. I think you got it. The restoring force acting per unit area inside a body is called as stress. If there is no restoring force, then there will be no stress. Question number 10. The types of stresses are, there are 3 types of stresses: longitudinal stresses, tangential stresses, and bulk stresses. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.